So we are starting it again. Cloud computing. Cloud computing, physically the data is not available on our computer. It is not on our computer's hard drive, but we are working on it as it is provided us remotely. It is remotely provided to us. It is remotely provided to us. So there are broadly two types of clouds. One can access, that is public cloud, and second one is private cloud. Public cloud, what is public cloud? Public cloud refers to a common cloud service made available to multiple subscribers. Multiple subscribers means many people, they can access it. The cloud resources like servers and storage are owned and operated by a third party cloud service provider and delivered over the internet. In a public cloud, you share the same hardware, storage and network devices with other organizations that use the same cloud. Is called cloud tenants. Is called cloud tenants. Means if we want to work on a cloud space or we want to access the data remotely from the other servers of cloud providing agencies, the hardware which they are using, the hardware you are using should be same. The hardware they are using and the hardware you have to use or you will use should be same. Public cloud deploys all frequently used to provide web-based email, online office application, storage and testing and developing environment. Microsoft Azure, Google Drive, Amazon Cloud Service and iCloud, etc. are some examples of public cloud. Public cloud, basically cloud storage. We are talking here about cloud computing. Basically cloud storage, what happens? We store our data on a remote server, on a internet service provider who is providing us the cloud storage. Cloud storage, it is a kind of backup storage. Where cloud computing is, you are working online on a remote data. You are working online on a remote data and you are working for other people. So that is public cloud. Private cloud is a kind of cloud which refers particularly to an organization. In a private cloud, the services and infrastructure are always maintained on a private network. It is not a public network. They are using a private network and the hardware and software are dedicated solely to one organization, a particular one organization. Private clouds are often used by government agencies, financial institutions and other mid to large size organizations with business critical operations seeking enhanced control over the environment. A private cloud, also known as internal or enterprise cloud, resides on company's intranet or hosted data center where all the data is protected behind a firewall. For example, some public organizations like some of the websites of Indian government or any other country's government, they are not giving access to search about all of the data. They are keeping or making restrictions, they are allowing restrictions, they are restricting that data, that if an unidentified user or any unauthorized user wants the particular information which can be fatal for that organization. So what those websites do, and they keep it behind the firewall. They are giving access to a particular portion of the website and they are giving access to the whole portion of the website to an authorized person or an identified person. Not an unidentified or any unauthorized person can't access the contents of a whole website. That is private cloud. That is private cloud. Next thing is multimedia. Multimedia, the data, either it is in textual form, either it is in graphical form, either they are images, either it is audio, video or animation. These all are referred as multimedia. These all are referred as multimedia. So text, graphics, images, audio, video, and animation. These all things they were told to you in the last class and in last class also from 6th standard. From 6th standard we are telling you about the multimedia, that what are multimedia? A file which consists of text, graphic, images, audio, videos and animation. It can be termed as a multimedia file. It can be termed as a multimedia file. Social networking. Social networking nowadays it is in trend. Social networking nowadays it is in trend. So what happens? That to access social media or to use social media, a particular person require an account to access it. It means if we have to make an account, we have to prove our identity. We have to prove our identity to use these all things. If I tell you that what is social networking, where basically the groups where the people who know each other, they make the specific groups like small rural communities or neighborhood subdivision. Also social networking is possible in person, especially in universities, high schools or in the workplace. It is most popular online. When it comes to online social networking, websites are commonly used. These websites are known as social sites. Social networking website function like an online community of internet users. Depending on the social networking website, many of these online community members share a common interest such as hobbies, religion and politics. Once you are granted access to a social networking website, you can begin to socialize. This socialization may include reading the profile pages of other members and possibly even contacting them. So in short, we can say that social networking sites, also called social media, are internet sites where people interact freely, sharing and discussing information about each other and their lives using a multimedia mix of personal words, pictures, videos and audios. Some social networking sites which are in trend, which people use, and they are Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, which mostly we use. Chat sites. These are dedicated sites which are registered users can log in and chat with other logged in users either publicly or privately. Example, WhatsApp. Example is WhatsApp. So for this chapter, the explanation is complete, and I hope that you will try to understand the chapter. But after watching the video, don't forget to read the chapter thoroughly again and again. The more you will read, the more you will understand. The more you will read, the more you will understand. So I request you to read the chapter thoroughly again and again and try to complete the exercises given at the last of the chapter. Try it to solve. Most of you are having problems in understanding. So if you want that it should be told to you again, so for that 2 or 3 students, 3 or 4 students, they can come to the school to get the explanation again. They can come to the school to get the explanation again on Mondays and Fridays. On Monday and Friday I am available in the school to 8 to 1. 8 to 1 I am available in the school. So if you are having any problem and if you can't sort it out on your own, so you can come to school for understand the chapter, and also you can ask about the exercises, that how you have to solve them and how to make the notes. So in next video we will be having a new chapter, and that will be the last chapter of your half yearly course, chapter number 6. That will be your last chapter of half yearly course. Till then, goodbye. Till then, goodbye.